I'm not sure if it's difficult to discuss, but it's something that I've become aware of over time. It never really occurred to me that it was something that was glossed over or not spoken about. And the subject is death. I've had a lot of friends in my life who've unfortunately left us either through illness, through accident, or in some cases through violence. And as a child, when it started manifesting itself for me, I was very young. And you don't really think about it. You just process it and move on. And we didn't really talk about things. But when you look at men's health today, I think it's really important that grief is acknowledged for being something that you can't let fester inside. You have to let it out. And the best way is to actually be able to talk about it. Maybe not at the time, maybe a little bit later, or maybe to someone who's completely divorced from the particular incident or the particular engagement that you're talking about. But I do think it's very important to be able to air your feelings. And I think men traditionally didn't used to air their feelings at all. I came from a relatively Victorian background, and nobody talked about anything. We would occasionally whisper that someone was ill, and if you were lucky, you'd hear what they were whispering about. But if you didn't, you just assumed they were ill. And nothing was really said. And so I think nowadays it's much better that there are processes in place and actually support networks in place where it's completely open to talk about stuff and it's not considered embarrassing or difficult or awkward. And I do think if you bottle something up inside, like grief, it can fester away and it will manifest itself many years later in something completely different. So not that it's really for me to give advice on things like this, but as it's Men's Health Week, people should focus on men's health. And I would say, don't bottle up grief. Seek advice. Talk about it. It's really important that you get this out there. It's not embarrassing. You don't have to be shy. So many people will open up if you open up first. And you'd be amazed how quickly a shared problem or a shared issue actually becomes far less of a drama for you yourself.